Hey everybody, and welcome back to Spirituality with Gabriella. Today I will be sharing some channeled messages for May for the coming month. So we are going to drop in and see what Spirit has to share with us today. Just taking a moment to create a grounding root all the way from the base of our spine down into the core of the earth. And we just invite in all of our spirit guides, our guardian angels, our archangels, spirits of the earth, air, fire, and water, allies, healed ancestors, ascended masters, our light galactic, our cleansed Akashic records, any and all divine wisdom and information that wishes to come through in today's reading. Please come through and please be clear, distinct, and accurate. Thank you. Okay, so I just do that to set the space, and let's see what Spirit is sharing. Our spirit guides are saying that in May we're going to feel a lot more popular. There's going to be a lot more social energy. They're showing all of these flowers blooming, and they're also showing us taking short trips, like within the country that you live in or traveling. They're saying that there's going to be a much more happy, vibrant, social, bouncy energy coming for us. And a lot of us have been going through really intense activations on an intuitive level, so this has caused some of us to be sick, to come down with colds and flus and things like that, even bronchitis potentially. But they want us to know that that is not going to be continuing for the rest of this year. It really was just necessary in order to clear and let go of karma, and also allow us to attune to the new vibration on Earth, which is very much here and present right now. And the vibration on Earth is still changing, but it's becoming much lighter. And so some of us had to take a short-term hit for a long-term gain. So what that meant is we got sick. We, in the process of getting sick, cleared a lot, got new intuitive activations. Even some of our facial features are changing, and our eyes are getting lighter, and the whites around the eyes are getting whiter as well. And now that we've done that, basically what they're saying is that we're going to be moving into what feels like a much more happy time socially. And they're showing people like coming together and helping one another out, and that there will be a new focus on community and regeneration and repair. So if there have been any arguments or conflicts, they want us to know that a lot of those will actually be repaired in the coming months. May is kind of when you'll begin to think to yourself, well, you know, if I'm holding a grudge against someone, is it really worth it for me to hold this grudge? So that will be changing, and you will begin to adopt more of an approach where it just doesn't seem like that big of a deal anymore. And Spirit is saying that more people will be gaining this perspective that, you know, life is short, and what's the point of holding a grudge? They say it's not true in every single case, but in most cases it will be true, and that you will feel more peace and more harmony coming to your interactions. They want us to know that there are new abilities coming in specifically around clairaudience, and they're saying this is kind of weird, but your ears might start to feel like they're changing from the inside. And what they're showing me is like the hollow ear canal, it starts to feel bigger, and it almost feels like an earache is what they're showing me. But they're saying that more clairaudience is coming in, and you'll be able to hear and know Spirit more clearly. So one thing that a lot of humans struggle with is understanding the difference between what is their thought and what is a thought from Spirit. And our guides are just saying that this is going to become much more easily distinguishable, and that the vocabulary and the vibration of Spirit's thoughts are just going to feel so much lighter that it almost feels like an angel is speaking to you. And they are saying that there are so many beings at this time that are watching over Earth, especially in this transition, because this transition is a very delicate transition as the Earth goes from this very heavy vibration to a vibration of light and unconditional love. And they're very cute in how they describe it. They're showing me a college campus that's being constructed on. So there's all this construction happening. Some buildings are being torn up, you know, some trees are being planted, and there's a lot of activity. And this is just symbolic for how they think of our Earth. Of course, our Earth is like a whole big living, breathing, moving organism, but they want us to know that things are moving in the right direction and things are going well, and there still is some construction to be done, but that it is important for us to just know that the process is going according to plan, is what they're saying. They also want us to know that many of us will be able to access timelines that are going into the future. So our perception of time from a human perspective is going to begin to change. We'll begin to see time more as something that we treat simply logistically, like we need to meet at 3 p.m. because we need to know exactly the same time that we meet. However, our approach to chime is going to adjust a lot, and it doesn't need to be this thing that keeps us feeling squeezed or stuck or like we're running out of time. Spirit is saying that we're going to adopt this new approach to time where for us it feels like, oh, we have all the time in the world. And even if we don't have all the time on this earth, it's okay because we have another life. And this is a change that many people have been feeling recently, but they're saying it's going to start coming to earth in a new way. And with this, interestingly, which is something I'm seeing for myself, people are going to begin to quite literally forget how old they are, struggle to remember what year it is. There's going to be this physical manifestation of forgetting or just finding the concept of time not as useful. And Spirit is even going so far as to say that humans wearing things like watches and clocks, it's not going to be as common anymore. Like, yes, it will still be a thing. Of course, it's going to take a while for this transition to take place, but they're saying time is just going to be used for a logistic thing, like just to meet at the same time. That's it. And it's not going to be such a huge focus. Like when people say, oh, you're 80 something, like you must be feeling old, like that kind of thing is no longer going to be as present. And they say this is a positive thing. And what's happening is we are transferring to be more like light beings. So that is very positive. They also want us to know that we are extraordinarily sensitive right now, and we need to be very careful of not getting a lot of toxins or exposure to heavy metals and leads and things like that. And so they really just want us to take care of our immune system and our physical body and make sure that we are sweating every day and getting movement every day, because there are these big attunements happening, and these attunements make us more sensitive. So they're saying that we should also just pay extra close attention to the ingredients that go into certain supplements we're taking, or just really anything that we're being exposed to, including cleaning solutions is something they want us to know. And they're saying many people are very good at this in their home, but also if you're going to an office, try and understand what's being used at your office, because that could also affect you if you are going into a physical office space, that is. They're also showing all of these dinosaurs. They look like iguanas and dinosaurs at the same time, and they communicate with visuals, so I'm just going to try and understand what they're saying. Okay, so this is really interesting. They're saying that there might be some new research published which shows proof of like fossils that we didn't know about back in the dinosaur age being shown, and that there's going to be some new research and studies coming out, and that it's kind of like we're retrieving this information which happened from a really long time ago, and it's all coming back now. And it is meant to challenge our perception of belief. Like, what are we actually believing in? And do we believe things only because we have been told those things? Or do we believe things because we know intuitively that they feel true? And Spirit is saying that there's gonna be a lot of information coming our way, mainly in 2025, to be honest, but there will be some in 2024, which starts to approach the topic of galactic beings and extraterrestrials and other beings from other planets that are very much alive and well. And this will be coming to Earth, and a lot of this will be first communicated in kind of not so direct channels such as movies, TV shows, YouTube channels, but later on it will be more direct. Like, for example, the government will tell us, and there will be declassified documents and all of that stuff. And so it's happening slowly, but in 2025, 2026, and 2027, that is when we are going to be facing the heat of it, and we'll be learning all of this information which has been kept from the public about all of these other extraterrestrial beings that have been watching over the planet, some which have very positive intentions for the planet, others which might not. And Spirit is just preparing us for this, because this is going to be a huge and radical change, and it is going to feel very different from our waking world. So they want us to start looking out for that now, because that information is coming available soon. They are also wanting us to know that for those of us who are more intuitive and psychic and consider ourselves more sensitive or even gifted, our brains look like they are changing slightly. So what they're showing me is like the prefrontal cortex of the brain is lighting up more. And what's happening is that in that area of the brain, we are becoming more light in a way, and it's almost like we're reaching up to the ether to get more information. And because of that, we may experience feelings of lightheadedness, dizziness, nausea, and that is really just our ability to communicate with spirit is being activated on a whole new level, where we are quite literally an open channel. So instead of having to turn your channel on and off when you're receiving intuition or psychic downloads and insights, it's kind of like we're open all the time. And this is all by design, because we are meant to trust our intuition and what is coming through and to allow it to flow through us naturally. However, it will feel very different than, carving out meditation time and only having that time. So as you see, there's like an integration which is happening where the two worlds, the spirit world and our physical earth, are beginning to weave together on a very deep level. And I will say this from my own perspective, the veil between the two worlds has never been thinner. Like for me personally, I find it so incredibly easy to channel these days. It's like I snap my fingers and immediately spirit is right there. And so they're even saying it's going to go to another level where there's no need to snap your fingers. It just happens. And this is what we are being called into and what we're being attuned to at this time. So they are promising us that there is going to be an immense amount of light and gratification, and they are giving an immense thanks to those who have been holding this vision and this mission for a long time, because they know that it's been extremely challenging and that we have gone through a lot physically, emotionally, mentally, and many of us have felt very exhausted by it. But they're saying that there's going to be a lot of repair and that there is like a whole new age being ushered into Earth, which is going to be beautiful. And they do still want us to watch out for the divisive communications which are being shared through technology and especially through the media, because a lot of them are, they are somewhat factual, but the facts are obviously dramatized, and they're saying that, the programming and the vibration of these things is just unhealthy for us at this point, and we need to be really, really careful of what we allow ourselves to be exposed to. So we just need to be extremely discerning, and that is the final message that they want to leave us with, is the message of discernment. And discernment with everything is what they're saying. So not just the media, but also with your friends, like who you are choosing to hang out with and who you are choosing to share information with, and knowing that at this time it is much better to have a trusted circle of supportive friends who are 100% by your side than to have a bunch of different people who have all different types of opinions. And especially now, it's important to really think about that, because the vibration of Earth is changing so much that we are subject to more confusion and more misreading of situations at this time, because nuances are just easily not caught. And Spirit wants us to know that we need to look at everything as if through a magnifying glass. So our relationships, our jobs, our careers, our friendships, who we choose to hang out with, how we choose to spend our time. So just be discerning. And as long as you do that, they're saying everything is going to be beautiful and great, but that it is necessary right now. And then the other thing that they're sharing is they're also saying just pay close attention to what you choose to believe about celebrities and things like that. Like you'll be seeing more media coverage and also more social media stuff about celebrities and people in the public eye. And it's funny that Spirit is commenting on this, but they're just saying, be careful of what you choose to listen to, because it is going in on some level, and a lot of the things that are going in are not even true. So they want us to be really wise about that in particular. Last but not least, they do encourage us to lean more into sound healing. So listening to sound bowls, also making sure that we listen to chakra balancing music is really good for us on a consistent basis. And also any angel healing tones are really wonderful at this time, because it just uplifts your entire aura and energetic vibration, and it makes it even easier for them to communicate with us. When we are lighter in vibration, it's easier for Spirit to kind of come down and send information down and meet us at our level. So they want us to remember that. All right, they said they could keep talking forever, but they'll say bye for now. They love you all very much, and I thank our spirit team in particular, and also all of you for watching this channel. Thank you for supporting me. If you are interested in getting your own spirit guide reading, I do readings every single week. You can book at the link down below. It is such a treasured and beautiful thing to connect with your guides and see what they have to say. I also have a 6-month coaching program, which is starting in October. The first round is happening already. It is truly a transformative experience. We are learning how to communicate intuitively from the deepest levels of our soul, and that informs every single decision that we make in our lives. So if you're interested in that, it's called Dreamweaver. The details are on my website, and you can always book a discovery call with me to learn more. So thank you so much. I feel so honored to do this work. If you like this video, please give me a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and I will see all of you very soon. Bye.